look, this Pirates team has really improved. We need to be honest about it. I remember 3 seasons ago, Orlando Pirates went to Nelson Mandela Bay. I think Bandile Shandu scored the goal for Pirates, and then Goodman Mosele was playing for Chippa on loan from Pirates because he's been on loan many times anyway. He scored for Chippa United, and the score was 1-1. From there, Pirates didn't win that game. They drew 1-1. This Pirates team has really, really improved. First half of the game, it looked like Orlando Pirates were struggling to create clear-cut chances after Mbutuma missed a clear-cut chance in the first 5 minutes again. And then second half was different. Guys, welcome. This is NXL 360. Yes, just want to a quick review of the Orlando Pirates game against Chippa United. Guys, please continue subscribing. Obviously, we ask you to like and subscribe and also refer us. Share the live. We appreciate that. Please continue supporting us. We're just going to give you the quick review of the game between Orlando Pirates Football Club and Chippa United. As I started earlier, previously Orlando Pirates were going to draw these kind of games, but now they can turn that first half performance into a victory in the second half. If you watch the first half of the match, you felt that Chippa United were in the game. The Pirates were going to strike. At the second half, it tells you a way different story. Pirates were far apart. I mean, it's more like different contracts if you watch the match, guys. Pirates, yes, they still had their ball position in the first half, but it wasn't that much of a. It was more like a frustrating performance for Buccaneers because they were having the ball, but what were they going with it? What were they doing with the ball? They were making things easier for Chippa United. Yes, they had the 67 ball possession, but they were not really in dangerous areas. They were not affecting Chippa United. I'm sure there was a belief from the coach, Brendan Truter, that maybe in the second half, if they can carry on like that, maybe they can get a chance and see how they do. Remember, Chippa United started the season not so bad because they drew the first 2 games. They drew with Mamelodi Sundowns, also drew with Golden. No, they drew with Golden Arrows. Yeah, and that's how they started. And then they also drew with Richards Bay. So those are the first 2 games of the season. They didn't lose. But with Orlando Pirates, they lost, and they lost convincingly. Why did they lose today? First half, they were defending, chasing each and every ball. Second half, I think it was quality. Orlando Pirates had better quality than Chippa United. The second half performance was better for the Buccaneers. If you look how they did, they created a lot of chances. And that's like 5 shots on target and 3 goals. And then ball possession again, 55 points. It was a bit lower than the first half, but they were dangerous all round, and it tells you a story that you must be aware of, is that Orlando Pirates can play those kind of 2 matches. The first half where they look a bit flat, where you don't know. I mean, they drew on Wednesday to the same stadium at Kings Park against Amazulu. Pirates fans were a bit worried that what if Pirates drew again? Where the frustration of seeing Butuma missing the chance was starting to roll back on, and also the frustration of not seeing Tassin. I think it was coming in the first half, but in the second half, Pirates looked like very good in terms of making sure, one, they defended very well. They never, not even once where you felt Chippa United were a danger to Pirates. That's why I feel this Pirates team, guys, is very good. And yeah, the league is going to go down to the wire between Orlando Pirates, Mamelodi Sundowns, and Kaizer Chiefs. But so far, from what I've seen, Pirates, they average more than 8 shots on goal per match. They look, even though they didn't win against Amazulu, when one would say they should have scored at least 3 goals in the first half, they didn't. But today, the first half was a bit flat, but second half, they did better. What does it mean? It means Orlando Pirates on top of the log. It means Pirates without key players like Evidence Mahopa, Talent Mbata. The injuries, Makaula also, Dooley, and Dijon. A lot of players are injured at Orlando Pirates, but a lot, obviously, are fighting their place to play the team. Players like Mtetele Mtia and got his first minutes for Orlando Pirates. How did he play? It's difficult to assess him because it was a bit late when he came in. And then dancing, it's like he's gaining confidence. I know he's being rushed to start. I think they are onto something there. This boy, he is very promising. I'm not saying he had one of the best games, but there is something. But what I can tell you now, free is that Pirates are really challenging for the league, as you know, as you expect. And a player like Siema has been brilliant since he signed from TS Galaxy. Was a defender of the season last season. He only missed one game. That's the kind of quality. And won the defender of the season. Okay, sharp. And then what? And then you've got CBC, the captain, who's also been solid. Defensively, Pirates were never troubled. Proof of that is that only conceded one shot on goal. I mean, obvious crosses, sometimes we don't give credit to the goalkeepers because you look at that it was one shot on goal, but they don't look at the crosses and where China did well. Defensively, they frustrated Chippa United never to create a clear-cut chance. What does it tell you? It tells you that Orlando Pirates in the PSL this season is the only team that is yet to concede a goal from open play. It is the only team that is yet to concede a goal from open play, which is a huge improvement because obviously the goal that was the one the first game against Milford. And Milford, you can see, guys, they're really good. They're on 6 points, won the last two matches. And it's impressive that a team from NFD can just join the league. They are reminding me of how Durban City started last season. It was by no accident when Durban City ended up making the top 8 and winning the Nedbank Cup. Milford, they look good because they're already on 6 points and also they won over the weekend. But Orlando Pirates are yet to they played 3 games. They yet to concede a goal from open play. Obviously, the only goal they conceded was against Amazulu. It was a penalty, obvious. It was a legitimate penalty. You felt that Sibelebele caused a foul unnecessary. But defensively, they look solid. Okay, let's go to the midfield of Orlando Pirates. What's the story there? Dancing started with Umgobot. I remember Nduli is out injured and also Talent Mbata is out injured. Makaula is injured. So obviously they have to try a new combination of Mgoboti and Dancing. I don't think it did badly. What obvious was taken off. I mean, I think it is a team where you feel the players are new players. Remember, this is their first full season at Orlando Pirates. Yes, Dancing got the goal last year. Brilliant goal of yours against Mamelodi Sundowns, but it was not a start. Season is starting the season as a start. He has played all the matches for Orlando Pirates so far. Yeah, it looks like this boy is going to be something else, guys. He looks like he's capable. It looks like the coach Wadu is on something by continuously playing him. And let's just watch and see him how it develops because as a player, the only way to see how good you are, you must be given a chance. And the coach has been giving him a chance. And I don't think he's been doing badly. This guy, he might be something else. Let's see. Let's just monitor him. Of course, Malung, let's have signed well there. I mean, you know the boy from Supersport United from Zambia. I know people from Zambia who know him very well. It looks like he just quickly acclimatized himself at Orlando Pirates. He's already scored 2 goals and he should have scored again against Amazulu. He missed a clear chance. But today he scored. It's like he's enjoying himself already. Msendam also came in and scored. And that confidence of Msendam again, because last season he only scored 1 goal, of which was against Orlando Pirates when he was playing for Marumo Gallants. So seeing all those new players, now it's his first full season, Msendam at Orlando Pirates. He looks promising. I might highlight that Osuna Police, it doesn't look at his best. I might say could be a lot of factors. One, he didn't have a proper full season. Remember, he was at the World Cup up until the last 32. Then Pirates went to Spain. Maybe didn't even get the necessary break. That's number one. 2, remember, he was so close to Jalen Adams. We don't know how much it affected him because there's also that human element. It could be also it's been affected by the passing away of Jalen Adams. Since the season has started, he has yet to be at his best. We know he's a very aggressive and very quick player, but the Apollos from last season were yet to see him this season. We need to be honest. Then we look at Tito. Tito, I'll always say, he's trying to work hard. He's trying to put it away. It goes down, but Pirates still need to replace Urilem for game. That number 10 role is still need to be filled. The Ambles Tembisa is trying to show that he's a Pirates player. And he's creative, the guy. But I feel like within me, it still feels like his style of play doesn't suit the aggressive speed Orlando Pirates way. But I don't know. How is he going to adjust? Eventually, he'll have to improve in terms of, I don't know if it's easy or difficult because he needs to improve the speed. But at the same time, he's one of those players who's very skillful defenders don't want to mark him because he's that kind of a player. And also, he needs to also start scoring goals because if you play that position, you need to score goals. He nearly scored, but obviously it wasn't a bit. Yeah, I don't know. With Chain, I don't think he had a bad game, guys. He was just decent. And as I'm telling you, the goalkeeper of the season from last season, this season is yet to concede from open play. If you can check all the other teams in the PSL, you'll see that maybe they've conceded. And it looks like Chain might be continuing from where he left off from last season, where he marshaled the defense very well, where Pirates don't concede a lot of shots, and then where he will start now collecting the clean sheet. That's how I feel about him. And then if you look at the goals conceded, obvious Orlando Pirates, they've scored the highest number of goals, joined with Kaizer Chiefs, which is 6 goals. But Pirates are back on top of the log because they've only conceded 1 goal. And again, that goal was from a penalty, of which is considered is not from open play. They're yet to concede from open play. Whereas the Golden Arrows played 3 games. Also, they're yet to concede in the league. Maybe that is the only team that you can say is better than Orlando Pirates because they've drawn all the matches 0-0-0. I don't know what they're doing with the 0. They drew with Chippa United, they drew with Durban City, and yesterday, obviously, they drew with Test Galaxy 0-0. Maybe Golden Arrows is the only team that is yet to concede with Orlando Pirates a goal from open play. So just to clarify there. So when they're not starting well, it looks like, I don't know, Siema, the 3 games, they lost 2 and then they drew the first one against TS Galaxy, obvious. They had to get a victory, but we'll see how it works. Kruger United, I don't know, again, played 3, yet to even score. I mean, they had to win a game, obvious, but they did score, obvious, against Kaizer Chiefs. But they've like five goals conceded already. Marumo Gallants, again, it looks like they'll be in trouble all the way until the end of the season. It does. Durban City, they drew their last 2 games, and then I don't know. Khalid Ben Yusuf will improve the team. But what I want to tell you is that the top tier of the PSL, Orlando Pirates are back on top, and then followed by Kaizer Chiefs, who did so well and not losing to Sundowns. Amazulu, that one is cooking, guys. We need to be honest today. Amazulu, I think they are a team that will definitely make the top 8 under Atazwane. They are a very decent team, even though they beat Swelele 2-0. We can see that Atazwane is brought some serious commitment to shoot. Against Pirates, people say they should have won the game if that goal was not disallowed. But I'm asking myself, did the referee disallow Amazulu's goal? No, it doesn't, because before the goal was scored, the linesman that was already off. So it's not like the goal was scored. After it was scored, then the linesman or the referee assistant said it was an offside. Before he even shoot, the assistant is already lifted up. So it doesn't look like there was a goal that was disallowed for Amazon. That's how I see it anyway. Because I used to spend time a lot with Sylvester Ndaba, so I know when you say someone has disallowed the goal, that goal must be. It's after their goal was scored, then the linesman is up, and it looks like there was a goal that was disallowed. There was no goal that was disallowed. It was stopped before. Okay, that's what I'm going to say. The team that has impressed me the most is Milford. They've won the last 2 matches, even against Orlando Pirates. Yes, they lost, but they had a better performance than Orlando Pirates. One will say Pirates, another team they were going to beat. How far will Milford play? Obviously, they need 24 points to avoid relegation, which no team has ever been relegated with 30 points. They need 24, but it looks like they're playing more than being in the PSL. It looks like they can make the top 8. Will they? But they've started very well, guys. They beat, in the last game, they beat Kruger 2-0. It's very clear they are a stronger team than Kruger. Even though Kruger won the NFD, but they look like a stronger team than Kruger. They are both from the NFD, but they won 2-0. And then against, they beat also Suwelele 1-0. A team like Milford going to beat Suwelele. Yeah, it is what it is. Milford, it looks like they are really becoming a PSL solid team. That's the weekend review, guys. I wanted to bring that the Buccaneers started. Obviously, we heard the story that Andrew Dijon is injured, and that's why he missed the game. Obviously, he's not been playing. Maybe Pirates management decided to release that Andrew Dijon is out because of the criticism of Mbutuma. As you see, he counted all the players of Pirates. I didn't count Mbutuma purposely because I just feel the guy is struggling at Orlando Pirates. We need to be honest. He needs to be helped in terms of finishing. Maybe Pirates can go back to what they did at one point in time, hire a strikers coach to assist him because I mean the guy is like he's covering his face with something. It's like he can't see where the net is. It has reached that point when Butuma is really, really struggling to even clear chance alone. It's expected that he's gonna miss. When you tell someone that Mbusuma missed a chance, they are saying, "What were you expecting?" But then the question is, who can play ahead of Mbutuma? Radio Pane, hey guys, he only scored one PSL goal. That was a penalty against Marumo Gallants. We've never seen him much of him. He's always been a great DDC player. I don't know if Radio Pane is better than Butuma. That's number one. Okay, another question is, who can you replace Mbutuma with at Orlando Pirates? Let us be honest. Mahopa is out injured. Umlungu, Sebastian Peterson is yet to play. Obvious Pirates, they'll decide when they want to introduce him. I don't know why is the reason he's not playing anyway. Maybe he's not fit. Maybe I don't know. But at the moment, who can Pirates? They release Mabasa. I think they need a striker, another striker. Just Peterson get injured because injuries are part of the game, right? Does it mean they will strike with Mbutuma all the way to the season? Because Mahopa is already injured, we don't count him, right? So what if Peterson get injured? Does it mean Mbutuma will be the only one all the way next season? Pirates needs to be very maybe aggressive in getting another striker, and number 10 is needed at Orlando Pirates. Someone to replace Tito. I think those are the two positions. They are very thin up front. It doesn't look now. If Mbutuma can get injured, then who's gonna play? It's like they don't have a plan. Remember, Mbutuma is not he scored one goal in 17 matches, and which is not good at all for a striker. 17 matches. But let's say Mbutuma, since Mahopa is injured, who can you replace him with? That's another question. Yeah, I think Pirates are very thin up front. The Pirates need a striker, guys. Even though they score 3 goals, 3 points, top of the log, but I don't want to be naive and see and think all the problem are solved. A striker is needed, and also a number 10 is needed. Yeah, it is what it is. The Buccaneers put a decent performance today against Chippa United. Obvious, it's a long way until the end of the season. Sundowns are still going to come back very strong. Also, we expect Kaizer Chiefs to be strong and compete. So it's going to be a 3-way tightly race. I don't think Amazulu and Milford and Skukune will be competing for the title, but they are definitely going to be competing for the top 4. It's going to be an interesting season, guys. And with Pirates, I think it was it was their best performance this season. I just need to highlight that because I've been saying they've been struggling from the game. We remember when they draw 0-0 with Durban City, where they nearly lost the league. Then in Nelspruit, Orbit College, FBS has to score 2 goals for them, own goals that were forced, but it looks like, okay, Pirates couldn't even get a clear-cut chance against Orbit College to score a goal from there. Then again, they played Milford. Milford were a better team than Orlando Pirates. Then they played again Durban City, where you thought Durban City should have won on penalties if it went to penalties, but Kamanlu saved Pirates from embarrassment because Nwanana was going to celebrate. I mean, just like Pili celebrated when he nearly left the stadium at FNP Stadium. So for Orlando Pirates, for me, I would say this is the best performance I've seen for them this season. Second one, where the Buccaneers, I'm sure they're very happy. Even the women who support Pirates, they will treat their boyfriends well or their husband well, and the guys, they will treat their partners well. It looks like the Buccaneers are going back on reset button. From now, how far will they go? Will they keep the consistency? The good thing is that they got 4 points in the first 2 games of the season, or the first, obviously, without playing well. How are they going to be once they start playing well? I already predicted that Orlando Pirates is going to win the league, and I think it's going to be like that. Because Mamelodi Sundowns, without Umkwena, they look different, and they lost Jaden Adams. I don't know. I think he's known that he's a very good striker, Brian Leon. Yes, but yesterday you can see when he get the yellow card, he get frustrated. So the league is going to go down to the wire. I will see 3 giants of South African football competing, and the Pirates, Kaizer Chiefs, and Mamelodi Sundowns. But who is the better team? Mamelodi Sundowns have the best players. Orlando Pirates, they need to sign a striker to make sure Mbutuma doesn't even play for Pirates to sit on the bench. If they don't, then there will be a problem. But it's going to be a very interesting season, guys. It is what it is. Take care.